Hi, in our last video we calculated the max sales for each one of our ad manager. And in this video we're going to calculate profit. First let's go over to our data section, click data, and let's look at our data. Because this is a marketing campaign, we know we spent some money on ads to get conversions. We have a sales amount, and here was our total sales. We want to be able to say how much profit we had for each day minus our spend. So of course we can create a calculated column, but for our purposes here, let's create a new measure. Both the measure and the column do the same things at the moment, but some have advantages over other, and we'll see that in later videos. To create a calculated measure, we can click New Measure from the top Home tab. We can go over to the Fields menu and right-click and choose New Measure. So let's go up to the top and click New Measure. Calculated measures use functions just like in Excel. And in this function, we're going to use the sum as our main function. First, let's give it a name. We know we're calculating profit, so let's type profit. We want to take the sum, so we're going to use the sum function. So just type S, U, and then you can see your function list. There's a lot of DAX functions, and we're going to get into a lot of DAX a little later. So let's click sum. And what do we want the sum of? We want the sum of sales. So we know we have the sum of sales as our total sales column. And we can close that function off by closing our parentheses. That's the first part of our function, but we want the total sales minus our total spend column also. So minus, and then we use the sum function again, and then we click spend, how much we spent, close off that function, and now we have our new calculated measure that will populate over in the fields column. Right now it's just called measure, but when we commit, the name will change and update. Now you can see we have our profit calculated measure. So let's create a new visual. Here, let's make this a little smaller. Let's add a bar chart. And let's bring in date as our axis and profit as our value. And we can already see here where we've been profitable by year. We haven't had a very profitable year in 2016 and 2017. Let's look at our data a little bit differently per quarter. I'm going to be looking at this per quarter so we can see which quarter we had a down period. And to see this a little better, let's add labels by going over and clicking labels. And we know that this is profit, so we can highlight that and change this to a currency by clicking it, going over to our modeling tab, clicking format, clicking the currency icon, and going down to United States currency. So we can see that we lost, in which these parentheses says, we lost $6,000 in our quarter one of 2017. So now that we have our profit by quarter, we can also go back up to our table here and see which of our ad managers drove the most profit by just highlighting that matrix and clicking profit. So we can see that Jess had the most profit out of all our ad managers. Tina had the most sales. However, we know Jess drove the most profit. We're going to be making some deeper business decisions based on this information soon. We're going to be building a dashboard to see this data and make deeper decisions in our next video. There's no homework in this section. I want you to play around and get used to using all the things we've talked about in the videos because we are about to build a dashboard. Thank you.